think the major failing for this funeral, and this funeral, I mean, you don't have to be an Ashanti to admire what happened there. I'm a Fanti. My mom is Eve. But you cannot take away the culture, the history, the tradition, the authority of the Asantehene TV because they were sacred. But they allowed it. They allowed it because they want to tell the Ashanti, to show their dominance, to show how powerful they are. And to teach you, crown on your Asantehene. And you what time? It's nice. And also, what even made it very beautiful, and it speaks to the wisdom of His Royal Majesty the King, is the way every
and the exhibition of culture and tradition. Yo,
beautiful.
Beautiful. You hate saying that there will be one you would admire.
Meaning say the offer social media and so asɛm ankofo ka nyina na Otumfuo Osei Tutu II Aba Dɔte Yie no I generate a lot of controversy on social media so ɛno ɛnam so ama Aba Anamoah enso de nano aba beto sa asɛm na nsɛm a Aba aka no ano ɛden wɔkyerɛ krom ha and Africa ankasa no Otumfuo Osei Tutu eniema wo ye ne culture o portray no in fact ano dene and no matter who you are you can't compare yourself to the kingdom of Asante and truly they have really shown the true power and the nature of culture and in some die Aba akabi pa na nkofo in Aba true shade then some okeke dey as o kanfu bi jabi and you are one of the public figure who standing in controversy for both sides of the country and across the world. Now, as a bias, a bit so that be near one walker and watching so annoyed we do and so at the end day at to photography from the palace view or modia to near dinner or much that a massive. Now said the Ghana for any Asante for a teaming a dinner portray the culture of Asante Kingdom no the medium no create effect. Na Ghana for ya dear papa no Otumfuo so abaso ensem we nyina akoso e wo nra United Showbiz ye be ko ni akotim best also be me subscribe button no leave comments e comment section ho e de amami e na me ton dan 4 bedrooms so ni je ho a na ma no e na desk screen so betimi afre ni edi ho enkomo eno achi so me TikTok account me ton any other social media platforms ni nyina opedi followers wo so dada opedi etuaka frɛ no ma na desk screen so no na me mpebi emfama we robot to the authentic yashada abiode enti ehu eni asem yenkoi ni nti yenuaba na Aba ene annoyed bedu nsɛmɔni omodi ato.
I think the major failing for this funeral, and this funeral, I mean, you don't have to be an Ashanti to admire what happened there. I'm a Fanti. My mom is Eve. But you cannot take away the culture, the history, the tradition, the authority of the Ashanti kingdom. It's untouchable. It compares to none. It compares to none. And it's beautiful. And ye say adiwe this week it be seems. If you, and I'm not criticizing the kingdom, I'm just criticizing the media. If you watch other funerals, and I have to bring in Queen Elizabeth's funeral, right? Or share on any channel, you had royal commentators who understood the nitty-gritties of the funeral. Omukuta trumpets way, it is symbolic. This is what it means. When you watch that funeral from Westminster Abbey, it is education from the beginning to the end. What we haven't done really well in Ghana is to specialize. Specialize. There should be people who have authority over things like this. It doesn't have to necessarily be an Ashanti. Historians. Now, why we failed was that we have royal historians in this country. We have people who understand the tradition. They understand what happened. So what we could have done as media houses was to rope them in, because that's what happened with Queen Elizabeth. ITV had it, BBC had it, Sky had it, CNN, they all had it. It was education. And yes, Obi can say, or TikTok, no, be so can, because the stories were too many, and at some point you didn't know which one to believe. It's in going forward, and I think this wasn't the main funeral, right?
Yeah,
no. This is not the main.
Where Dɔte Yie, I found son, I just for France.
You see, I didn't even know this. No, we have time to plan it properly. Say the bay coverage now. We're seeing multiple cameras. There's a camera might be crossing way because I'm watching TV. What's a bit talking?
You should have watched UTV because it was like seamless. Hey, was
quick one exactly. Media house, because
yeah, it was live too, and you recorded. It was live.
There was an experienced person like Nana Yeboy.
Okay. Then that is excellent. That is excellent. So going forward, the other media houses should watch and learn. You know, it's very important. Now to go back to the point Lexi made, very important points, because we are not telling our stories. And I don't know how, and I know we're talking about national film dialogue. How do we compete with Hollywood, Bollywood, when we are telling the same stories as they are telling? You cannot teach anybody how to be romantic. But the Ashanti story, the dance story, the fancy, the ever story, they are authentic stories. I mean, it is shocking that till date, no one has done anything on Yasantua. No, if the story is compelling and if it's compelling and exciting, you don't need to go and look for the money. Netflix will put the money in. They will produce it and call it a Netflix original. They will adopt it. Yet a horse will be a free America. And now baby, Aba Yasantua movie. And now say come for noche, or the gentleman who brought cocoa, Fernando Poe. Fernando Poe, no, they buy. You know, somebody will come and do the story, and we'll sit back and criticize the story. But I loved what happened there, and you have to give so much credit to. And what does it credit to the Ashanti Kingdom, because it was what sort of finding a way to reconcile tradition and modernity, because you wouldn't expect certain things to be on TV because they were sacred, but they allowed it. They allowed it because they want to tell their to show their dominance, to show how powerful they are. And to teach you crown on your Asantehene. And you what it's nice. And also what even made it very beautiful, and it speaks to the wisdom of His Royal Majesty the King, is the way every celebration in the kingdom unites Ghana, because people came from all walks of life, from Volta, from North, from everywhere. And so it also speaks to the unity of this country and the immense power the Ashanti King wields. And we cannot, I mean, I've seen people on social media sometimes try to say, Asante, sit down. Sit somewhere. He's the Ashanti King. There is not like that in Africa. He's the most powerful king in Africa, and we have to respect it and the reverence the Ashantis and this celebration gave to the royal stool, because it's not even the man. It's the stool. You know, it's it's powerful, and we need to give reverence to the man on the stool. And I think that's what
the level of organization and orderliness course in the last 4 days now. And so institution abaso. And I saw a few comments be on say Mensha seems to be one of the most organized institutions I owe on my way, and that's a fact. Now they are surprising kakano Oshe Sina Mensha Tina nan commodity culture and tradition on bear upholding. But modernity or more the best can class are more attached to what is perceived to be old school, you know, old culture, old traditional. That was very impressive. Now, this era way, social media, it was center stage, you know, and I won't expect Mensha to actually double in social media, leanings, but they did it expertly. Empress, we say menshia ankasana wo ni social media pages.
Meaning
Among exclusive shots. And what is interesting is that they don't just give you the shots. I mean, go and compare Menshia Palace photography. Quality.
It's really nice.
Quality.
Really nice.
And when they give you the shot, they explain, they educate you as to what is being, shown to you. Brilliant. Every other person can go and shoot, and they give certain parameters. For her, or your blogger, you understand? You say, and they had their own photography. It's not like they left it for Obiakeke. It's a open Papa Noah. You know exactly where to go. Palace photography. They even had videography. I think it's a Palace View.
Our TikTok. Yeah.
Palace View. No, seriously. They are really prepared, and you cannot figure out say. Young guys be
innovative,
and for them to buy into the Menshia, philosophy, and add skills to it, that's brilliant. And if every tradition, and I say we beg yes I did now because what we saw in the last 4 days, spectacular. Idea we anka Asantehema now, but it's almost like a national event. And obi or matter bia ekofadias. From politics to clergy to commerce to where Obia went through it. And the exhibition of culture and tradition. Yo.
Beautiful.
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 Hate saying that there will be one you would admire. There will be one picture.
Nothing to hate.
No, seriously. There will be one picture or one video before we you just have to clap and admire. And me too, Menshia organization, and I mean, how they were able to organize it with that precision and that level of organization.
What's your service at the house?
No, but this was brilliant. Brilliant.
It was brilliant.
No,
the organization, the execution was. And I think that, I mean, Otumfuo has to be entered into the Guinness Book of Records for sitting down to take handshakes for 48 hours.
And with that, there's someone sitting next to him or something. There's someone.
I mean, it's historical.
It's like a traditional.
No, it's historical.
Yeah.
It has to be
a traditional account.
Yeah,
but then you be answer not chiano. Ebi mo high mom, now I bend it down. Say now yes, of course.
Still, he was seated.
Yeah.
The entire time.
Yeah.
No, monsieur me. So sorry.
He was seated.
Yeah.
Sorry,
They are already busy.
Yeah, what time are already? What idea?
Already busy and so common.
Oh yeah. And Emma will be the same. Emma will be the same. It's all be where be I to me mouth. So we did Nicosiana, Uncle Johnson, and Paso. Enjoy.
That means more psychological.
Oh, yes, psychological.
I have been so more to na bedroom, more Habaya at the show. You at the show. Johnson.
Yeah.
Copy so be your friend. Obi or prostate cancer.
I know.
But Empress, I mean,
I'm sorry for you.
No, it's fine.
It's rudely.
It's fine. Empress, I mean, also can be said there was some level of unity because before what they are in Cran for I mean, so when you opportunity and can you saw it last 4 days. And you see. If others maybe take a cue a little from SAR organization where Beboa, and I can see say government channel or buy and or put some structure to the, and it's brilliant. No, seriously, the government chair. You can actually see some level of structure. And I believe say, I mean, if also the modernity and the class be similar.
Oh, it's there. I mean,
modernity, but it's the next level. The next level. I mean, it now I remember the other.
I was raining summer. ene yi omumienu eka ede afa ye na Otumfuo Osei Tutu Dɔte Yie a oyeye no emu nsem na me de enso meso so be subscribe button leave comment or comment section fufu bi aba ba be so me so pa maka